Good afternoon, students. This is Michael Hagley, Secondary School Reform Facilitator for the Santa Fe Public Schools. I would like to share a brief overview of the plan for secondary school reform in our district, and especially the proposed implementation plan for the next school year. Secondary school reform is a priority in our overall strategic improvement plan because of discrepancies in some key indicators between the primary and secondary grade levels. In particular, enrollment is lower at the secondary grades, attendance rates are lower, reading and math proficiency is lower, and disciplinary hearings are higher in the secondary grades. Most troubling, our graduation rate is only around 60%, and that has remained steady for the past several years. Conversations around secondary school reform go back several years in our district. In 2007, the conversations were formalized with a 40-member task force that recommended lifting attendance boundaries and focusing on student interests and pathways. In 2009, a portion of the GO bond was earmarked for reform. In 2012, a middle school task force was developed and a strategic plan was written, which included secondary school reform. Last year, a secondary school reform task force was assembled by our superintendent, Dr. Joel Boyd, to develop a comprehensive implementation plan for secondary school reform. We held several community meetings last year, which included 334 participants. We also collected over 5,500 surveys to gather feedback from community members who are unable to attend the forums. Finally, we spoke with several student groups, including students who had already dropped out. The feedback we heard from the community led to the development of these goals. 1. Increase equity in programming and expand access to more academic options for students across the community. 2. Integrate career preparation within a standard of college readiness for all students. 3. Leverage existing resources and expand current effective practices in the district. And 4. Create smaller configurations which enhance student and adult relationships while maximizing the programming benefits of larger campuses. In order to accomplish the goals of the Secondary Reform Initiative, we have identified 3 areas of focus. 1. Alternative pathways. 2. Magnet school. And 3. Comprehensive redesign. Year 1 implementation will focus on strategies that we believe will have the most immediate impact on our key indicators, as well as those that can be implemented successfully in Year 1 based on our budgetary resources and staff capacity. New alternative pathways will be developed that support the needs of students who are long-term suspended, those who need additional flexibility in terms of when they attend school, and those who have already dropped out. A magnet school will be open beginning with grades 7 and 8 for students who prefer a small school with an international focus. Finally, we will target our efforts with the comprehensive high schools by supporting successful transition to high school for incoming freshmen. The programs implemented in Year 1 will then be expanded in Years 2 through 5 to support greater numbers of students and to continue providing enhanced programming options as students progress through 10th, 11th, and 12th grades. The additional cost to the district for the secondary school reform plan is $415,000 for Year 1 and $2.4 million for the entire 5-year plan. As you are thinking about questions you would like to ask in this web chat, consider these. Did we focus on the right things for Year 1? Does the 5-year rollout plan make sense? Is it too fast or too slow? Is the budget information clear? Does the overall plan represent the voice of the overall community and the needs of all students? And finally, does the communication plan allow sufficient opportunity for additional community input Thank you for joining us today. We're looking forward to hearing your questions and feedback. I have posted the full presentation as a pin on the top of the chat window for a more detailed explanation of what I have just presented to you. At this time, please feel free to submit any questions or feedback you have.